go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Ahmadiyah.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of Eric's.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Shakur, and this is your Daily Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Now, so let me just tell you guys, hold on for a second. Let me just check something real quick, please. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. I'm doing a check real quick. Hold on. Let me see something here. Okay. Now, I was trying to make sure my screen isn't frozen. So listen, so we've been having some technical difficulties. So I spoke with the internet provider, and they basically said because of all the damage that was caused due to Hurricane Helene, that sometimes there's, outages or interruptions in service, okay? So hopefully we'll get through this and won't have the problems we had this morning. If we do, I'll just turn off the camera. All right, so let's get into it. All right, hello, Christy One Love, Pretty Wings, Andrea, All Hell Nah, Desmond's in the house, Lisa's Real Spill. All right, shalom to you, beloved. Okay, so let's get into it. Eric, Narmer X is here, Bithia, Deronda, Danielle. All right, so with that all been said, everyone get those likes. So we have to talk about Kabami. We have to talk about Kabami, and if any of you in here are Kamala supporters, that's absolutely fine, but I'm about to give her the business, okay? I just want you all to know. That I'm about to give her that business, all right? Hello, Khalid, Queen Shay in the house, Coco Marshmallow, Samuel. All right, so let's get into it. Most hated bronze flat power God. Y'all know I love me some loyal royals. So first off, let's talk about it because people are complaining about what the hell's going on with FEMA. They don't have any money left. What? They don't have any funds left. Is that what they're telling us? Well, that's what they're saying, according to this report by the New York Post. So let's pull it on up. Okay. And I actually should have talked to you all about this earlier instead of talking about Diddy and all the nefariousness with that. But alas, hold on. Let me find this article. Oh, and while I'm looking for it, let's have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Okay. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so you can purchase your 12 Tribes at Etsy.com. Just look Mark.com. All right, and it absolutely works. Okay, so with that all being said, let's talk about it because y'all see this. I want y'all to see this headline here. Now, this woke me up out of my sleep. I was taking a good old nap. I just want y'all to pay attention. The queen was tired, okay? I'll be working too much. Y'all see that? And this is what I woke up to. Feds say there's no money left to respond to hurricanes after FEMA spent $1.4 billion on immigrants. This really boils my blood, okay? Now let's talk about it because I thought they said America first. I thought that's how it's supposed to go down. Now it goes on to say Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas set off outrage Wednesday when he told reporters that the Federal Emergency Management Agency, known as FEMA, does not have the funds to see Americans through the rest of the Atlantic hurricane season. Now, after the agency spent more than $1.4 billion, since the fall of 2022 to address the migrant crisis. They say we're meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. Okay, this is what Mayorkas said during a press gaggle on Air Force One en route to tour damage from Hurricane Helene in South and North Carolina, saying that we're expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season, and what is imminent. So this is all problematic. Now, I want you all to remember something because I've been telling you all for weeks that there's going to be something disastrous that happens right before the election, you see. Now, at the end of the day, we know it's hurricane season. We know it's hurricane season, but we also know about heart. Okay. I have several questions about this hurricane. All right. And the damage that it's done in the places that were targeted. Okay. TC Dan said the Queen has returned clear and all. Okay. So anyway, let's continue. Now they say critics pointed out that the Department of Homeland Security allocated $640.9 million this year, okay, in FEMA administered funds to aid state and local governments coping with the influx of asylum seekers, though Mayorkas' office fired back late Thursday, insisting that those funds couldn't be used for hurricane relief because Congress authorized them specifically for the migrant crisis. Well, that's the problem. You see, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if Congress allocated that specifically for the migrant crisis, because it looks to me like they were more worried about the migrants than they were worried about how they deal with natural disasters, okay, and adding relief to the citizens. At the end of the day, that same money, the fact that they allocated it to them, what's that supposed to mean? That they couldn't have made it for hurricane relief instead? Of course they could have. They could do whatever they want, which is what they've been doing. I want y'all. Then they go on to say, Mayorkas study, it says, this is easy. Okay, Mayorkas and FEMA immediately stopped spending money on illegal immigration resettlement and redirect those funds to areas hit by the hurricane. Exactly. I mean, it's not hard. It doesn't take rocket science to figure it all out. Okay, do I need to start working for FEMA so I can set things straight? Now, put Americans first. This is what Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott tweeted Wednesday in response to the Department of Homeland Security chief. Yeah, agreed Elon Musk. Okay, now Abbott is a top critic of Mayorkas' mass parole of asylum seekers into the U.S. after President Biden repudiated former President Donald Trump's remain in Mexico policy. You see, I want y'all to pay attention. Now, I want to tell us all this nefarious stuff about Trump, and yeah, quite frankly, Trump is nefarious to an extent, but so are they. So are they. They're bringing in all these illegals, giving them all sorts of tangibles, benefits, and all of that. And then when a disaster hits, they run out of money for the people who've been here, born here, and likely going to die here. Now, I need them to make that all make sense. Okay, so they go on to say, with the governor busing migrants to Democrat-led jurisdictions such as New York City, forcing local budget cuts to house them. That's what they get. I would have busted them there too, because y'all are the ones who let them come in here, Democrats. Now, over 2 years, more than $1.4 billion has been committed from FEMA at FEMA administered programs to support non-federal entities that are taking care of migrants. DHS allocated $780 million for the migrant crisis last year, initially through the FEMA Emergency Food and Shelter Program, which funds relief not associated with natural disasters, and then, okay, through the new FEMA Shelter and Services Program, which was authorized in late 2022 by Congress to respond to the migrant crisis. So they got all this money to do whatever they need to do for these migrants, okay, and FEMA included. Now, I thought FEMA was supposed and $40.9 million spent this year comes solely from the Shelter and Services Program. And these claims are completely false. This is what DHS said in a statement. They said it's all false following the Republican outcry. Now, as Secretary Mayorkas said, FEMA has the necessary resources to meet the immediate needs associated with Hurricane Helene and other disasters. Now, the Shelter and Services Program, known as SSP, is a completely separate appropriated grant program that has was authorized and funded by Congress, and is not associated in any way with FEMA's disaster-related authorities or funding streams. Now, it's unclear if federal officials have the power to redirect migrant-focused funds to natural disaster victims. Oh, yeah, they can do it. They got the power. See, here's how you know they have the power. This is all BS and a bunch of them playing with semantics and spewing word salad just like Kabami does. What they could do is whatever they want to do with that money, because if they can send hundreds of billions of dollars over to Ukraine where they have a whole homeless crisis over here, they have a whole drug epidemic, and then they have people further who have mental health problems. And they have nowhere to put these people. No asylums, no mental health facilities. Okay, they don't have adequate ones at that. And then you even have these disabled veterans out here on the streets, homeless, and some of them are suffering from PTSD and other things. And they can't get the adequate treatment, but y'all got money to send over to Ukraine. Yeah, so that just goes to show me, and you too, that they can do whatever they want with the money. So I'm sorry, they're not making any sense. Now, the December 2022 funding bill authorized the split-off program from spending on migrants, vaguely described the purpose as for providing shelter and other services to families and individuals encountered by the Department of Homeland Security. A relatively paltry $4 million has been paid directly to families and individuals in the weeks since Hurricane Helene ravaged the Southeast, killing at least 202 people and causing severe flooding damage from Florida to North Carolina, according to White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Okay, so let's just skip all this rigmarole. Let's go to what the people are saying, because that's what matters. I'm not trying to hear what they're saying, but let's talk about what the people are saying. So I'm going to share, look and support the arts. Support the arts. Don't you come in here with that Kabami loving stuff today, because we're about to go in on Kabami again, beloved. So get ready. Buckle up. Okay, so now pay attention. Now look at this right here. Look at this right here. $8 billion in aid to Ukraine. Tax-paying Americans who lost everything got $750. Y'all remember that? What kind of bullshit is it? Okay, what kind of bullshit is it? Does that sound like America first to y'all? Y'all need to stop letting the Democrats, and yes, I said Democrats, run game on you. Y'all need to stop letting them run game on you, because that's all they do. This is all they do. But let's go to what the people are saying, because people are fired up, ticked off, and as they should be, as far as I'm concerned. Let's get into it, because this lady right here had a whole lot to say, and she.
For you Democratic shields out there that's still trying to defend this administration, it's over. It's over. You've already had an example what it feels like when you are American first, despite if you don't like him. He always put American first. Now you have an example when you're American last, and they only give you $750 if there is a natural disaster that happened, because they have depleted the FEMA fund of $1.4 billion that was given out to illegal migrants for shelter and food and resources, just like we keep saying. But then they want to jump on the news and mainstream media and tell you that Republicans are lying. They're the ones not passing the bills. They're the one that's holding up funding. No, Department of Homeland Security, the director, all of these people that's in government and in power, they are the ones that work for Biden and Harris. That's who's running this show right now. The natural disaster that happened in these states here, and they do not have no money. How can you get on TV and tell the American citizens, taxpayer citizens, that you don't have no money to give them because you spent it all for illegal migrants? Y'all take a look at this video from Fox News.
Alejandro Mayorkas sounding the alarm on FEMA funding right after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Listen.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants.
I have to calm down because I'm really extremely pissed. I mean, I can only imagine. Like I said, I live in a hurricane area. I've seen our bridges and our roads filled with water. bayous, everything. It's just that we're in a flat area. But to look to see the devastation, I've never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, entire roads washed away. Same thing with Hurricane Katrina. And then you had Maui, with Hawaii and what happened there. And all of these situations, the government doesn't. They didn't have the money. They just chose to use it a different way instead of what it was intended to be used for, which is for natural disasters for our country. You know, I said that I was going to write Senator Ted Cruz about this. You know, he's our senator up there, and I'm going to write him because they need to dig somewhere. And some other types of departments, go back over there and get the check from Zelensky. You're going to have to go and get that check from Netanyahu. You're going to have to go back over there and get that damn check from Taiwan.
Okay, she's not lying. She is not lying and she is livid. And I don't blame her. Okay, with that all being said, she has every right to be ticked off because I'm ticked off too. All right, but hold on. Let's get into Israel Sanchez Jr.'s comment. Get that Native American clothes off. First of all, beloved, I'm not wearing Native American clothes. This is African attire. Okay, this is African attire. What are you talking about, Native American? I'm wearing a whole head wrap. Okay, and this is African attire, not Native American, even though if I want to wear Native American clothing, I will. Because the queen does whatever she wants, okay? She does whatever she wants. What you need to be concerned about, beloved, while you're in my chat is listening to the commentary. That's what you're here for. At least it should be. Don't worry about what the queen wears, because I wear what I want because I'm grown. I don't care what you wear, okay? You can dress up like Bozo the Clown if you choose. I'm not going to say a word. And it don't even have to be Halloween, or you don't even have to be going to a circus to look for a job. At the end of the day, don't worry about what the queen's doing. All right? Now, let me continue. And any more disruptions from anybody, you'll be placed out of the chat. Okay? Because we're here to get information, not for people to be trolling or saying foolish things at the end of the day. All right. Y'all must not know who I am, baby, because I keep trying to tell some of y'all. All right. But with that all being said, let's continue because there's other people that are equally upset. Okay. And so likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now let's get into it because this is all so crazy. This is all just real crazy. Now, this man right here, I can tell by his colorful language that he's ticked off, and I'm ticked off with him. So let's get into it. And by the way, I also heard that they're taking food from people that are privately collecting food for hurricane relief, for hurricane victims. That FEMA, now this is alleged, but there is a video where a man says that he was called by several people who informed him that FEMA is confiscating people's food and telling them, let us distribute it. I don't know who in the hell FEMA. And you think you're going to just take it and just dish it out the way you want to? That's not happening. But let's get into it. Thanks up, everyone. And I will be showing that video momentarily. So stay tuned.
Listen, this morning, I'm dead ass pissed the fuck off. As a recent hurricane survivor, as somebody who been without lights for 6 days, I am pissed off. The fact that I can hear Joe Biden say, we need American people to come together to help the recent hurricane survivors. Why the fuck we got to come together to help ourselves? We didn't have to come together when y'all sent $30 billion to the Ukraine. We didn't have to come together then. So why we gotta help? Why we gotta come together to help ourselves now? We gotta come together to help ourselves because y'all don't give a fuck about us. And y'all can't see that. Y'all love to say they for the people. How they for the people? She asking for donation while Trump out here giving $25 million to help us. Yeah, like what part of this do y'all not understand? so much faith in this old ass man and this Jezebel ass lady when constantly they show us that they do not give a fuck about us. And this is another prime example of them showing that they just don't give a damn about us. Yes, I can speak on this. Yes, I'm experiencing it myself. So y'all can't say a damn thing about it. Then y'all love to touch on the fact and say something about Heritage, Project 2025. But guess what? The trustee of the Heritage Foundation, which is the foundation that presented Project 2025, why they endorsing Kamala now? Why they endorsing Kamala now? So that's what she's standing for. She ain't nothing but a chair hopper. And she not for the people, and y'all can't see that. I see it more than ever now. I see it more than ever. They don't give a fuck about us. These folks left us to fend for ourselves and ask us to get the money for ourselves when they sending all the money to these other countries. What part of that makes sense to y'all? Because I don't get it. Make it make sense to me, because y'all gonna say something. I'm rage baiting or something. Make it make sense, because I just need to know.
Okay, so y'all heard that, but hold on. Hold on, because somebody else has something to say too. Let's get into it. This is all disastrous. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. It had to be said.
Liz.
Hey guys, for those that don't know, I'm at the foothills of the Western North Carolina mountains, and everybody in my area that I've talked to, including myself, who applied for the $750 assistance payment from FEMA, has been denied. Okay. Yeah. They've denied us. Okay. So here we sit. We've thrown out all of our food because we had no power for 5-6 days. Some still are without power. Here we sit. Limited resources in the store. And they have denied our $750 resource check. So, yeah. How do you like that? Hey, guys. For those that don't know, I'm at the...
Okay, now y'all heard that. They didn't give them the $750. Y'all talking about just $750. They didn't even give those poor people the $750 damn dollars. What's really going on here? This is really starting to get on my last nerve. But hold on, let's go to this video, because this man says they're taking the darn food and everything. Okay, what is the government up to? I have questions.
Last night, and I'm on my way to Asheville today. Awesome. And we're bringing out a plane load of stuff, and then we're just taking helos and just airdropping them in. Yeah.
Those is a hip word for helicopters, I'm guessing. You're taking helos.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Just trying to keep up.
Are you dumb?
I'm just trying to keep up.
Are you-
Sorry. No, I am.
Are
Yes.
you brain dead or?
According to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you got the helos.
Corey Mills is the one who got
Corey
those.
Mills, right?
Yeah, congressman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are. We have to have like people who have been in special forces to come with us, because gangs now are hijacking the trucks.
They should be shot on sight.
Yeah, they
Absolutely.
should be.
Anybody who is despicable enough to take advantage of this situation should be shot on sight.
People are being robbed. Even the police now are so overwhelmed that they're having a hard time.
Yeah.
So I get a phone call from somebody who's on the ground. And
is this our Blaze reporter?
No, it's not anybody related to me, just somebody I know. And he said, Glenn, there's a problem because FEMA now is coming in.
Right.
And I said, okay.
And they finally showed up at 80 hours or days later, whatever it is.
Good. That's good, right? Good. Welcome, FEMA. He said, except they're confiscating the food. And I said, excuse me?
What?
4 separate people, none of them will allow me to use their names because they're afraid of blowback from the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will not be able to help anybody. 4 people yesterday had government officials walk in to churches, to schools, whoever is distributing food. Okay, this is all privately collected food, and FEMA is walking in and saying, you can't distribute this food anymore. We're taking it and we'll be distributing it. And they said, well, excuse me, this is private food.
You can't.
We know where this needs to be distributed better than you do. We're taking the food. If you would like FEMA to be in your community and help, you will give us the food.
Wow.
And they're threatening them in the way of,
well, get out.
That's what I say.
Then get out.
That's what I say.
Right. No, you're not getting
food.
Yeah.
Well,
forget it.
All of them told me, Glenn, they're coming in force, and we are not screwing with the federal government.
Right.
I mean, that's really bad. I'm going to talk to people today in person. But I want to look them in the eye. I want to see where the food is now. But it's bad. It's really, really bad.
Now, why is FEMA taking the food that people are privately collecting? How is that even their damn business or their concern? And then saying that we're better at distributing it. Obviously, you're not if you've run out of funds and you can't even help the remaining people. Okay, this is all crazy. Now, as you all can see, moderators, I blocked Israel Sanchez Jr. because he just kept putting stupid stuff in the chat. He clearly is just here to troll. So please pay attention to the trolls in the chat, moderators, because I should not have to be blocking them. You all should. Okay? Now, with that all being said, Locked Vegan said, how is this legal? Exactly. How is it? Okay, how is this legal? It absolutely isn't. But it just goes to show these people do whatever the hell they want. Okay? They do whatever they want. Now, listen to this video. This is a FEMA employee telling people to prepare. Okay? Listen to this. What does the government have up their darn sleeve?
What's going on, everybody? Some information that I just want to pass along, give to you guys about FEMA, because a lot of people don't understand how FEMA operates. So FEMA provides training for things that they see on the near future. They use predictive modeling, threat assessment, following trends to look at possible scenarios that might be coming up. This year, the first 3 scenarios that they're offering to emergency managers like myself in these virtual tabletop exercises is infrastructure blackouts, social unrest, and mass casualty, mass shooter incidents specifically focused around malls. So, given that information, I would highly recommend you to think about your planning processes, your systems, and how you're just going to conduct yourself in terms of one of those 3 or more occurring in your daily life. Something to think about, something to keep in mind when you see FEMA putting information out. Hope this helps.
So guys, I'm cheating on Mika and I want to see if my friends are loyal to me.
Okay, so that was a FEMA employee. So what's really going on here? What is really going on here? This is all real disastrous as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I want you all to pay attention, but hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Now, with that all being said, please get the likes up. Thank you in advance, because clearly something's going on. All right. And then people are going in on Kabami and Joe Biden because they feel like they're responsible, because all of this money wouldn't have been allocated to migrants had they not allowed them here in the first place. And then I want you all to pay attention, because they also reported, and I believe it was MSNBC, who says that FEMA got caught doing a fake press conference. Did y'all hear about this? caught doing a supposed fake press conference. I'm going to share my screen.
After faking a news conference. Instead of facing the usual grilling from journalists, the Emergency Management Agency had its own employees, you see them sitting down right there, pretend to be reporters and ask the questions. Well, now the White House is responding.
It is not a practice that we would employ here at the White House, or that we certainly don't condone it. We didn't know about it beforehand. FEMA has issued an apology saying that they had an error in judgment when they were attempting to try to get out a lot of information to reporters who are asking for answers to a variety of questions in regards to the wildfires in California. It's not something I would have condoned, and I'm sure will not do it again.
NBC's Jeannie Ohm is live at the White House. Jeannie, FEMA calls it an error in judgment. I understand the Department of Homeland Security says something very different.
You're right. This is a story that is growing ever since it was first published in the Washington Post. The White House said they had just heard about it then. Well, this afternoon, there was a strong response from the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees FEMA. And I want to read part of it. Quote, "This is inexcusable and offensive, and stunts like this will not be tolerated or repeated. It was a lapse of judgment, and we find it offensive, and it won't happen again." Laura Keener added that, in fact, the senior leadership is now taking a look at whether FEMA staff will be reprimanded over this incident. So certainly it's not the kind of press FEMA was looking for. They were really trying to show that they had learned from the mistakes of Hurricane Katrina, and were really being proactive, very quick on its feet to respond to the wildfires in California. Instead, now a lot of people are talking about this staged news conference earlier in the week.
So now they're at her staging news conferences. This is what they're doing. Like, what's really going on here? Okay, this is just nothing but a whole bunch of lies being spewed. Like I said, you guys, the government is up to something, and it doesn't sound like it's anything good as far as I'm concerned. And then they're saying that some people claim they were told not to help. Now, I saw somebody just put in the chat that there was a man who was trying to help, and he was in a plane, and that he was arrested. This is all crazy. This is not making any sense at all whatsoever. Now, here's another video. Hold on. Because this woman says that they're telling people not to help at all. Yes, it is scandalous. Okay. What is really going on? Do they want us to starve? Like, let's get into it.
I'm going to show you a video, and then I'm going to translate it for you.
The volunteer state stands ready to help its neighbor in need. We are asking at this time, though, that you wait. For the safety of you, for the safety of our first responders and our survivors, we're asking that you wait a little longer until the life safety missions are complete.
We're asking you for your patience and to wait, because we don't feel like going into any dangerous situation. We're asking you to just stay in your place and have your whole place trashed. Wait, it continues. Let me go on.
We are also asking that unless you have been specifically requested through emergency management or a coordinating agency, that you hold on to your stuff. Again, we will provide that information when it is time. We just don't want to overwhelm our survivors at the
In translation, we are asking you not to help the people around you. We're asking you to be rude, hold on to your stuff, and let your neighbors drown and suffer. That's what they're saying. They don't want to help, and they don't want you to help either. These organizations are going down. We are tired of your crap. And if you think anyone's going to listen to you, you're out of your damn mind.
Okay. First and foremost.
This is what's going on, people. So get ready. Get ready for it, because the bullshit's coming. Now listen to this. Pete Buttigieg counters Musk, his claim that FEMA is blocking Starlink from hurricane relief. So Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, shot down criticism by Elon Musk on the government's handling of Hurricane Helene and the relief efforts, accusing the SpaceX CEO of spreading misinformation. Now, Musk accused the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, of blocking his satellite internet company, Starlink, from delivering to parts of North Carolina decimated by the hurricane. Oh, so this is misinformation, Mr. Buttigieg, when other people are all saying the same thing. Now, Elon Musk is saying he's alleged. Musk accused them of blocking, okay? Said they're not allowed to deliver to certain parts, and claimed both FEMA and Buttigieg said it was false. They say no. He says no one is shutting down the airspace, and FAA doesn't block legitimate rescue and recovery flights. If you're encountering a problem, give me a call. This is what Buttigieg says. Musk replied that he had seen hundreds of such reports and that he would phone. Now, Musk had spent several hours on Friday raging on Twitter or X against FEMA over what he called belligerent government incompetence. Posting text allegedly received from a SpaceX engineer on the ground, he accused the federal agency of blockading the disaster area. Blockading it. Are they really trying to block people from even coming there to try to help? That's what it sounds like. And preventing private helicopters from delivering Starlink terminals, which connect to satellite internet. Let me just tell y'all something. Hold on. Now I got to get into this. I wasn't going to bring this up. I was not going to bring this up, but hold on. Hold on. Now we got to get into it. Now we got to get into it. Hold on. Where is that darn article? Hold on, beloveds. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Now I want y'all to listen to this, because this is what's really going on here. This is what I think is really going on here. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. I want y'all to see this, and then it'll start making some sense to you. What's going on here? Y'all see that, right? Tiny backwater town in North Carolina will fuel world's AI revolution with enough quartz to power entire $530 billion semiconductor global industry. Okay, is this what's really going on here? Because I have questions. I have questions, and I wasn't going to say anything about this because North Carolina has all of this lithium and high purity quartz mines. Okay, that is need for AI technology. Now, here's the thing. So, what had been said is that the people in the towns where this stuff is, the lithium and the quartz and all of that, the high purity quartz, they did not want them coming there, drilling and trying to take the lithium and the quartz and all of that. And they didn't want them coming there doing all this stuff. And so they were speaking out against it. And so were the city officials. Now here we have a hurricane that comes and brings all this havoc, wreaks havoc and brings disaster. And these people, they didn't have flood insurance, many of them. And now these people have lost just about everything. But let's keep going. Because I find it all strange that they don't want anybody to help these people. What's really going on here? Okay. Now, a desolate North Carolina town is now set to become a powerhouse for the world's AI revolution. Sabelco's mines have been extracting quartz in spruce pine since the 1970s, but its $500 million investment between now and 2027 will fuel the global demand for semiconductors, a market worth $530 billion. But that is expected to soar as AI becomes even more prominent. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, high purity quartz is a vital component of building semiconductor chips, which helps AI powered software to process large amounts of data quickly and accurately, and is used in cell phones, laptops, and electronic devices, other, right? Now, the quartz must be high purity because if there are any imperfections, you see, it could hinder the effectiveness, the speed, and the accuracy of the semiconductors. Spruce Pine is a small town nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, northwest of Charlotte, and houses a population of 2,200 people, down from 2,700 residents in 2018. Now, the town has seen a drop in revenue as the number of tourists visiting the area have slowly depleted, causing some major retailers and restaurants to shut their doors. After a renowned chef closed down his restaurant known as Knife and Fork, local media outlets questioned if it would be part of a growing trend. Well, it looks looks like that's what they're trying to make it part of. Okay, with all this FEMA BS that's going on. But now a long closed movie theater and empty storefronts line the downtown streets, leaving the two mines as the predominant leaders in the town. The town relies on its wooded areas and picturesque streams to reel in tourists, but residents complained that enough wasn't being done to protect the river's water quality. Sabelco has boasted that it's in an excellent position to respond to market demand and ramp up production sustainably, thanks to our customers or our customers' appreciation for our high quality products. Now, the company also claimed the enlarged mining area will create valuable new jobs in North Carolina and will ensure that spruce pine remains the world's leading source of HPQ. The global quartz market, and HPQ stands for high purity quartz. Okay, the global quartz market value reached 8.5 billion in 2022 and is expected to reach nearly 18.7 billion by 2031, with China topping other countries as the largest customer. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Eternity said, did she say 530 billion? Yes, beloved. I said $530 billion. Okay, in US mints. All right. This is all crazy. Jay Gray says, Queen, they found the nation's largest reserve under New Orleans. Then we had Katrina. So they found quartz under North Carolina, and now we have Helena. Yeah, they already knew the quartz was there. But see, now they want to use it for what they want to use it for. Okay. So I'm just saying, this is all very, very bad. Okay. This is, to me, in my opinion, this could be why they're not trying to help those people. They don't want to help them from the looks of it. Rhonda says, I thank this lady for bringing us real news. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay. So this is all real crazy. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And the government, the fact that they're trying to feign as if they're trying to help the people, say, no, well, let us just distribute the food. You don't have to do it. We're doing a better job of it. No. What are they really doing with that food? Are they just taking it and throwing it away? Because we've seen them do this before. Okay. We've seen them do this before. We've seen them arrest a 93-year-old pastor, as I told you guys before, arrested him for handing out food to the homeless. You see, when they think people are expendable, certain people, and they don't want those people to live and thrive, this is kind of stuff they do. So what's really going on here? Okay, we all need to be paying attention. We all need to be paying attention. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, they say 6 impact plastic workers passed away after being told that they would be fired if they left during the storm. And so people had to work during the hurricane, and some of these people passed away. This is all so sad. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Condolences to their family, friends, and loved ones.
At least 6 impact factory workers have lost their lives and more are missing after they were allegedly told that they would be fired if they left work during the hurricane.
Why'd you make us work that day? Why? We shouldn't have worked. We shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there.
Family members say that their loved ones never got word that they were allowed to leave and that they were told that the management was monitoring the situation. Some of the workers' relatives got frantic video phone calls as the flood swelled around impact plastics. Some employees were able to leave the industrial park using a truck owned by a neighboring company driven by a driver employed by that company. But due to the quickly rising water, the truck tipped over and 5 employees and a contractor aboard the truck went missing. They are now being counted among the deceased. 5 others who were also on the truck when it tipped over made it to safety and were later evacuated. A National Guard helicopter was subsequently dispatched to rescue those 5 employees, and they were airlifted to safety. Another set of employees had to depart by the CSX railroad track behind the facility due to high waters at the front door. Those employees were able to make it to an adjacent company where they were able to find safety.
That is absolutely deplorable. This is so darn sad. Okay, just pray for the people who have lost their lives during this disaster. Pray for the people who have survived and are still struggling. Pray for the people who have to live with the aftermath, with losing their homes and belongings and their loved ones. This is all sad, and this is devastation. Now, where is Kamala during all of this? Well, she was in Flint today, I do believe. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Oh, and before I get into Kamala, let me just tell you all this story. This is heartbreaking. This is absolutely heartbreaking too. Twin babies died alongside their mother in Georgia. The youngest known Hurricane Helene victims. This is so heartbreaking, you guys. Hold on. Let me put their little pictures up on the screen. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. This is the twins and their mother who passed away in the storm. So very sad. So prayers and condolences to their family as well. Now, so here's what they're saying. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Trying to see what they're saying about Trump here. So, in Atlanta, there was a whole lot of flooding and so many people were out of power for days and all sorts of things. Now, I'm going to share this video right here. Hold on. This is what they're talking about right now. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Kabami, what are you and Joe doing? What are they doing? I have a whole lot of questions.
Appeared side by side near Augusta today as they addressed Hurricane Helene relief efforts in Georgia. 11 Alive's Karis Belger is live in Evans, Georgia, with a closer look at that visit. Karis?
Well, Mr. Trump not only mentioned meeting with elected officials and also with members of the National Guard, that's on top of Governor Brian Kemp, he also said he met with everyday Georgians who are still trying to recover from the damage left by the storm. During this press conference, before he was speaking to media, you could see the former president speaking with a few families who were at this location where there were supplies being handed out, including water and baby formula. The former president said during the conversations, families mentioned they'd never seen damage like this before. He also said he admired Governor Brian Kemp for the resources he made available for the.
I just met a group, and now I met two groups, and now I'm meeting a third. And I will tell you that I have no doubt that whatever can be done is going to be done. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort, and it's a very heartbreaking situation.
Now, in the past, former President Trump has been very critical of Governor Brian Kemp. When asked about their relationship earlier today, he said it was great and he looked forward to continuing providing support to the state of Georgia in the future. In Evans, I'm Karis Belger.
So you all want to know what Kabami was doing? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because apparently she was out trolling Trump. She was out trolling Trump. I'm not making this up. That's what the headline says. Pay attention. She was trolling Trump about his rally. She said it was half empty. Hold on. Let me pull this up so y'all can see it. Y'all see that headline? Kamala Harris trolls Trump on Truth Social with video of half empty rally. So people are out here literally fighting for their lives. People are out here struggling and going through disaster. And this is what she's doing. Trolling Trump. Now, I know Trump is one of the biggest trolls, but at the end of the day, that's not what he's doing right now, Kabami. So why are you? Why are you, Kabami? Now, on Thursday, Vice President Kabami Harris, and yes, I said Kabami, Kabami Harris's campaign shared a video on Truth Social of former President Donald Trump's rally in Michigan, showing one crowded section and a larger empty area, mocking the Republican president, the Republican presidential candidate over crowd size. See, this is what she's doing. Okay, did she have her Ambien today? I have questions, but let's continue. Now, the post on Trump's social media platform, Truth Social, features a split screen video. The top shows Trump at the rally remarking on the crowd size, while the bottom video provides a panoramic view of the venue and attendees. At his rally Thursday in the key swing state, Trump said, "Who else can fill up? Who else can fill up? Only MAGA. But who else fills big places like this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?" The rally took place in Saginaw Valley State University, almost 2 hours north of Detroit. Now, Harris's campaign shared the video clip of Trump saying that with the caption, "At real Donald Trump's lies versus reality," with a video of the crowd concentrated in a section less than half the size of the gymnasium. Now, the video pans around the crowd, revealing the large empty spaces behind the lighting, security, and audio setup areas. On the Harris campaign's X, formerly Twitter account, the team posted another similar split screen video of that same rally with the caption saying, "Trump, no one else can fill up this place. The room is mostly empty." This is also Patty. This is what I be talking about right here. Okay, this is what I be talking about with her and Trump both acting like juveniles at some points. Okay, now it goes on to say Newsweek reached out to Trump's campaign for comment and confirmation of attendee numbers in an email on Friday. Videos of the venue before Trump's arrival show hundreds of chairs set up in only half of the gymnasium. Spectrum News DC reporter Taylor Popilars posted early Thursday morning about Trump supporters lining up behind barricades for the 3 p.m. rally. Trump and Harris are nearly deadlocked in battleground states, with each holding narrow leads in different states within the margins of error. Now, in Michigan, most aggregate polls show Harris leading by a small margin between 0.2% and 2%. Now, in 2020, Biden flipped Saginaw County with Trump, which Trump had previously won by a slim margin, 49.4% of the vote compared to Trump's 49.1%. So, with that all being said, throughout the 2024 presidential campaign, rally crowd sizes and attendance have been a point of contention between Trump and Harris, with Trump frequently boasting about his turnout and jabbing Harris, while Harris counters by highlighting people leaving his rallies or empty sections. In September, the New York Times analyzed 6 rallies in August, finding that both candidates drew similar audience sizes. Okay? The Times analysis also found that of those 6 rallies, Trump spoke 4 times as long as Harris, writing that the longer duration of Trump's rallies could contribute to the higher number of people leaving early, as based on the photographs. Okay, so with that all being said, we already know that he probably spoke longer than Kabami, because Kabami doesn't have much to say. Okay, just how long can you spew word salad before people catch on? Okay. And at the end of the day, like I said, this is just all ridiculous. But let's talk about Dolly Parton, because bless her heart, Dolly Parton actually donated $1 million to the hurricane relief efforts. Okay, so likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Truth Over Everything says, while the people were drowning and suffering due to the hurricane, Kabami was at an elite celebrity fundraiser and Sleepy Joe was at the beach. Exactly, beloved. Exactly. And thank you for pointing that out. Yes. Okay, they absolutely were. They absolutely were. Okay, they got time to party and have a good time and live their best life. Meanwhile, people are out here struggling. Okay, please pay attention. This is all so crazy. Now, I'm about to start this video. I'm going to share my screen. I'm waiting for it to cue. They're showing a bunch of ads right now. Just hold on, beloveds. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Hold on.
A lot of people might find their insurance won't be much help. This video is from Asheville, North Carolina, just one of many communities dealing with major flooding and heavy damage from the storm. And here's a staggering statistic. FEMA says 99% of counties in the United States have experienced flooding
since 1996, but only 4% of people have flood insurance. Let's bring in USA Today Money reporter Bailey Scholl. She's been covering this issue in a piece about how many people don't have flood insurance and the headaches Helene is causing for them. So thank you so much for being here. I mean, this is very naive of me. You know, if I have homeowners insurance, is flooding just not included?
I don't think you're alone. Where I spoke to someone for the story who used to work in insurance and was hit hard by Helene. And for her, it was a surprise when she found out she would not be covered because she doesn't have flood insurance. And so I think this is something that a lot of Americans just aren't aware of.
So what is happening right now to people in Helene, especially in areas that probably don't think they need flood insurance?
Yeah, so what we're seeing with Helene specifically is a lot of this damage is really due to that storm surge, that flooding. And so with other disasters, I think these homeowners were able to claim things like wind damage. And so that kind of fell under their home insurance policy, and they were able to have their claims worked out. This time, a lot of that flooding, like I said, is really due to specifically flooding. And so for those homeowners who are submitting claims, they're finding out, okay, if they don't have that flood insurance specifically, their claims are not covered.
What an absolute nightmare. What are those people going to do?
Yeah, so it's tough. There are a few tips that experts gave me where, they can really dive in and see if there are any avenue with their policy to see if they have any coverage. But other than that, it's kind of working on getting your home dried quickly, making sure you're not falling for scammers who are kind of preying upon these people hit by this disaster. Take lots of photos and videos of the damage. And then, other than that, it's checking around, seeing if there's any sort of FEMA assistance or maybe some state or local money available.
What can you tell us about flood insurance? I mean, from your reporting, how much on average is it a year? I mean, maybe people are just thinking, look, it's way too expensive. I can't even get by. I'm just trying to get groceries. What did you find?
Yeah, so what experts told me is there are really two reasons that we don't see a lot of flood insurance. One is just people aren't really aware it's something they need. They think if I'm not in a FEMA designated flood zone, I don't have to worry about it. And then the other is just that cost, where home insurance prices are just going up already. And so adding on flood insurance on top of that, which on average can cost nearly $1,000 a year, that's just out of the question for a lot of families.
How could someone find out if they are underinsured? What should people do to make sure they don't run into the issues of the people who you interviewed?
Yeah, I think a lot of what the experts were telling me is just look at your policy, see if you have that flood insurance where, flooding is really considered one of the most costly, one of the most common ways that your home can really get affected by disaster. And so I think there's just a problem of a lack of flood insurance with a lot of homeowners in this country. And so with about, FEMA says about 99% of counties in the country are affected by flooding since 1996. And so this is something that is a risk for a lot of homeowners out there. So it might be worth considering adding that policy on.
One more quick question for you. With the experts that you interviewed, given, for example, Asheville, not an area that would be affected by hurricanes or tropical storms, did the experts tell you that essentially the climate that we're in makes everybody vulnerable?
That's what we've been hearing, where with these FEMA flood maps, a lot of them are just outdated. And part of that is because we're just seeing things shifting with the climates. And so this is just something where we're seeing disasters just hitting hard, becoming more prevalent. And so that's something that homeowners need to keep in mind when they're insuring their homes.
Bailey Scholl's important reporting. Thank you.
What will you do?
Okay, so with that all being said, this is all a mess. And a lot of people don't get flood insurance because they just don't know they need it. And then some of these people actually think that it's included in their homeowner's insurance. And then they are sadly, wake up to a rude awakening when something like this happens. Okay, so let's talk about it. I'm going to pull up this other video. Lights up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. This is all just real bad. Okay, so here's a report from your favorites over at Fox News. Please pay attention. And so before I play the video, but let me just say this. You know, they're saying Dolly Parton donated $1 million. Where's Oprah? Where's Oprah? Wasn't she out there trying to get us to donate for Maui when all those wildfires started? Her and The Rock?
See that right there? That's a moment of joy amid the horror of Helene. That's an 11-day-old premature baby in urgent need of oxygen, saved by a team of volunteers who came from all around. One of the lives they have saved from Hurricane Helene's wrath, and they're now here to share the story about that and what else they're seeing on the ground. Say hello to Mark Roseman, screen left. He's a pilot, helicopter. John Howard's there. Charlie Keebaugh and Zeb Hadley. And gentlemen, good morning to all of you. Some of you from North Carolina, some from Florida. Kudos to all of you for what you're trying to get done down there. Zeb, you were the one who saved an 11-year-old baby and an 87-year-old mother. What happened there?
Well, it was really all of us. So our first big rescue mission, there's been several, it started with that baby. It was a call that we got, or a distress message rather, from Save Our Allies. And so we took that call between Charlie and John, their teams. You guys kind of want to speak on what the next steps were?
Yeah, I reached out to my state guard team that was on the ground, didn't know their exact location. And then my paramedic, Paul, he was actually a few minutes away from there, and he was able to rush over there and stabilize that baby to get ready for life flight, while the rest of the team, Mark and HLZ, sent us the imagery. That way Mark could put the helicopter down. Charlie was doing all the coordinating, and then we grabbed that baby, the mom and the grandma, threw it on the helicopter as fast as we could. Mark flew us right to the Asheville airport, did his first rooftop landing in a very strong crosswind. Wow. And doctors and nurses were right there on standby and saved that baby's life. And then I actually just got confirmation today, and Charlie's been in contact with the mom, but they were sending us photos and videos of the pictures and videos of the baby, and it's good, it's healthy, and it's been wondering on our minds. But yeah, baby's healthy and alive.
John, it's an awesome story. And John, let me just stick with you for a moment. I was looking at all your social media posts. You said you're looking for reflections on the ground as you're flying in helicopters. You're trying to spot people with SOS written on the ground. This is remarkable stuff. And you're ticked off because you don't see the support down there on behalf of the government. Tell me what you've experienced. What's your story?
We're looking for like SOS carved in the mud. That's how we found the 87-year-old woman that was about to run out of oxygen. But there's just a complete failure of weak leadership here in North Carolina, the federal government. And it takes my strong leadership in Florida to send us up here. If it wasn't for DeSantis sending the state guard special missions unit up here, this never even would have happened. But there's just no support here. There's no leadership. When we meet these locals on the ground, they're asking like, "Oh, you're from the state guard?" I'm like, "Oh, from Florida." And they're like, "Where's North Carolina?" They're asking where their leadership is. They have no understanding of what's going on. And then we've even had officials here try to kick us out of Lake Lord, at a Chipping Rock. Nonsense stuff. They're asking me for my authorizations to be here. I mean, like, it's the most insane thing you would ever see. It's like they want these people to die.
Well, listen, I mean, there has to be some order. I get that. I understand that. But I just want to applaud you guys for what you're doing. I know there are a lot more people like you up there. Charlie, you run this operation called Aerial Recovery. That's kind of what brought you guys together. What is Aerial Recovery?
So Aerial Recovery is a Nashville-based nonprofit. We mainly focus on anti-human trafficking. We also respond to disasters because a lot of people don't realize when there's a natural disaster or a man-made disaster, human traffickers show up. You've got people missing, thousands of people from this area missing. What's 5 more? That's the attitude of the traffickers. So they will come up, they'll come to shelters, they'll come to your homes. So that's one thing we look out for while we're here. We've also got several trained disaster response technicians on our team.
Okay, well done. Mark, so you're flying the helicopter. What do you see down there?
Seeing devastation like you've never seen. People trapped. Roads are just demolished. There's no way in and out. Their only lifeline to us, there's no communication. The only lifeline is us coming in there, either flying the sick out or either us taking in supplies. So it's just a lot. I've never seen devastation like this. And I've been through all of it.
I'm sure. Zeb, how do we dig ourselves out of this? And
it's going to be a long recovery.
Is it going to get worse before we really turn the corner?
I think so we're seeing a shift. So we came out here, we were on our own recon mission looking to save lives. And so that phase is primarily over unless there's more mudslides. Now we're really checking on people, making sure people that are cut off from the world have the supplies that they need and making sure that they get what they need. And right now, the biggest thing that we see that is a need is Starlinks. We need Starlinks out of the box that can run so these people in remote valleys can communicate with their neighbors.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right there. This is all crazy. Now, thank you, Desmond. Shout out to Desmond for gifting the channel a membership. Okay, I hope you all appreciate the people who gift memberships to the channel. Okay, so with that all been said, Truth Over Everything says the reporter interrupted him when he was saying it looks like they want these people to die. Yeah, he interrupted him. He sure did. I caught that too. Right at the end of the day, that is what it's looking like, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, no other way around. Butts. All right. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's what it looks like. Okay. Sherry Maxey, thank you for your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. So now let's talk about it because Dolly Parton donated $1 million of her own money to Hurricane Helene relief efforts. Okay. They say Parton's Dollywood also added an additional $1 million to the relief fund, donating to the Mountain Ways Foundation. Walmart CEO John Furner joined the musician to explain how the company has set up resources across the affected states, providing showers and other supplies to Americans displaced by Hurricane Helene. In addition, Furner announced that Walmart, Sam's Club, and Walmart Foundation are increasing their relief efforts commitment to $10 million, up from $6 million initially. Dolly Parton says, I'm happy to be here. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where I've been. Everybody's saying, where's Dolly? Well, I've been like everybody else, trying to absorb everything going on, trying to figure out all the best ways to do this. Okay. So anyway, Hurricane Helene dumped trillions of gallons of water hundreds of miles inland, devastating communities nestled in mountains far from the threat of storm surge or sea level rise. Okay. And so Dolly Parton grew up in eastern Tennessee and noted that she wanted to give back to the community where she was raised. Saying we're all here to mend these broken hearts, and that's what I'm doing here. So I really, really wish that we were all together for another reason. But we all have seen the devastation. I mean, who knew in our little part of the country here where I was born, raised right down the road, that we would have this kind of devastation. And I look around and I think there are my mountains. These are my valleys. These are my rivers flowing like a stream. These are my people. These mountain colored rainbows. These are my people. And this is my home. All we can say is that we are with you. We love you. We hope that things get better real soon. And we're going to do our part to try to make that possible. All right, shout out to Dolly Parton. Honey, I always love Dolly Parton. Y'all can miss me with it, okay? Because I love country music anyway, some of it. But anyway, I digress. Now, with that all been said, Jay Great said this hurricane has done more damage over a larger area than Katrina. Right, Reeducated Soul said, I hope that money is really going to them because this situation is disheartening. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, is FEMA really going to give the money to the allocated, use it for the allocated resources? What are they doing? Okay. I have questions. I have so many questions. With that all been said, listen, you all need to really, really think about who you're voting for. Okay. You really need to think about who you're voting for, what they stand for. Of disaster and peril, what they're doing to help the American citizens, and if they're in fact saying America first, then are they living up to what they're saying? Are they helping Americans first? Are people who come across the borders illegally first? Now, mind you, I'm not saying that they shouldn't help the illegal migrants. I'm not saying that at all. But I do think that they should not help them before they help their own citizens. That's crazy. Do you think if I or many of us got together and went to Guatemala, Mexico, or any of these other places that these migrants come from, Venezuela, that they would bother to help us and give us funds and food and housing and all of these things before they give it to their own citizens? Who does that? It makes no sense. It's insidiously obtuse. So no, I wouldn't expect them to do that, and nor should anyone come in here expect that. But people come here do They do expect that because this is what's been going on. Okay, this is what's been going on. I can see the illegal migrants coming here, calling their relatives who are still in Mexico or wherever, Venezuela, and saying, hey, they're giving us thousands of dollars in food stamps and cash, and we have somewhere to stay for free. Y'all need to come on over here too. It's worth the risk. Okay? Please pay attention. And let me just tell you all something. Now, this is all alleged because the fact checkers, who I call the fake checkers, tried to say it's not true. But here's the thing. I want y'all to pay attention. Obama signs, this was reported December 24th of 2016. Obama signs new law restructuring U.S. international media. Now, the legislation is part of a larger bill on U.S. defense spending in 2017 that Obama signed into law on December 23rd, restructures the Broadcasting Board of Governors, BBG, the agency that oversees civilian government broadcasting and media operations. The new law will replace the BBG's bipartisan board with a presidential appointed advisory board that will not make decision-making, that will not have decision-making powers. Instead, those powers will be placed in the hands of a CEO appointed by the White House and subject to Senate confirmation. Proponents of the law, which was spearheaded by Representative Ed Royce and backed by Obama's administration, say it will improve performance of U.S. international broadcasting by scrapping a board consisting of members who serve part-time and met infrequently. Critics have raised concerns that it could damage the journalistic integrity of the media outlets under the agency's umbrella. Such powers in the hands of the White House appointed CEO, they argue, could impinge on editorial firewalls between the outlets and the government. Now, why are you talking about this, QueenAShakur? What does this all mean? You sound crazy. What are you saying about President Obama? And yes, I said Obama. Okay. Now, go. BBG's current CEO, John Lansing, remains in that position, which was created last year. But opponents of the bill have warned that President-elect Donald Trump, who has had a contentious relationship with the press, could seek to install a loyalist who would wield the agency as a tool of Trump's agenda. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. In an interview published by Fox News on December 13th, Royce dismissed these warnings as spin and hysteria. So basically, they were saying, oh, Trump's going to turn around and try to come in and change all of that. Well, here's the thing. So what they're basically are saying is that Obama made it so that the government can lie to us. That's what they said. Okay, Obama made it so that the government could lie. Now, they say that there had been a law on the books since 1930. Okay. This is what they say, that there's a law that's been on the books since the 1930s that makes it illegal for the government to be lying to the citizens. But Obama changed all that, is what they say. Now, I'm going to say this is alleged because, like I told you, the fact checkers, who I call the fake checkers, said it's not true. Okay. And here it is right here. Obama did not sign a law allowing propaganda in the U.S. Now, here's the claim. Former President Barack Obama signed a law in 2012 allowing government propaganda in the U.S. and making it perfectly legal for the media to purposely lie to the American people. Now, they say that's false. In 2013, Obama signed legislation that changed the U.S. Information and Educational Exchange Act of 1948, also known as the Smith-Mundt Act. The amendment made it possible for some materials created by the U.S. Agency for Global Media, the nation's foreign broadcasting agency, to be disseminated in the U.S. Now, they say the facts are that a post circulating on Facebook with a photo of Obama falsely states that he repealed a ban on government propaganda in the U.S. when he signed the National Defense Authorization Act in 2013. The amendment did not repeal the Smith-Mundt Act, but rather lifted some restrictions on the domestic dissemination of government-funded media. Government-funded media. Government-funded media. Y'all think the media don't be lying? And y'all think the government don't be having them to do it? Now, I'm not saying the government does, but I have questions. Okay, and just for the sake of not being accused of spreading misinformation, I'm just going to say that I think that's what they do. I'm not going to say that's what they do, but I think that's what they do. Okay, I think that's what they do, because here's the thing. Now, they didn't want any of us saying anything during the pandemic about certain things. And if you did say certain things. Well, you know what happened. You got put on these lists, government watch lists, for some people whom they call the disinformation dozen. You got videos taken down off of social media, and they accuse you of spreading mis or disinformation. Then later, some of the stuff that they claimed was dis and mis came back to be factual. So I just want you all to pay attention. So you mean to tell me the government doesn't spread propaganda? Well, of course they do. Since when haven't they? Since when haven't they? The media doesn't tell lies. Of course the media tells lies. Let's not forget that, again, Mark Zuckerberg said that he was told by the Biden administration to censor people from allowing them to say certain things during the pandemic. Okay? And I'm just going to leave it at that. Well, I will leave it with this. Dr. Buttar, okay? Dr. Buttar, who I deeply admired and followed for years, Dr. Buttar is now dead. Now let that marinate for a second. Why do y'all think he's dead? He was a whistleblower. He was exposing stuff. Okay? He was exposing stuff. And at the end of the day, he died under very mysterious circumstances. Okay? So just like other whistleblowers and people who speak truth to power and say things, expose things that certain people who are in positions of power, that they don't want exposed. And I want you all to also reminisce on this after I conclude this broadcast. Think about how Hillary came out all of a sudden. I mean, that whole thing about the P Gate stuff, that happened years ago. Why would she bring that back up now? And why would she bring it up saying that somebody's going to be telling lies on Kabami in October? Is she trying to get ahead of something? Because that's what it looks and sounds like. Is she the oracle? Is she prophetic? How would she know in advance that someone's going to do any of those things? Okay? Please put on your thinking caps. Please use critical thinking skills and don't get all in your emotions, because when you're in your emotions, beloveds, you do not think logically nor critically. Okay? You have to rise above your emotions. Now, Coach Liz says, yeah, you're right, Queen. Yes, I believe the truth, independence, and reparations. But at this point, it's about all of us, the American people, Trump. I'll say this at the end of the day. I'm not trying to check for Kabami or Joe Schmo Biden. They're up to something. Okay, there's a reason they're telling these people not to be helping. There's a reason they're confiscating food that's privately collected and saying, oh no, let FEMA do it. There's a reason that FEMA had that fake RS press conference. Y'all see the lines here? They had a whole fake press conference and we're supposed to trust and believe them. They're sitting here demonizing people who are trying to help the hurricane victims. Now, y'all heard what that man said. He said they were asking him for his credentials. On whose authority are you here, sir? They asked. Why does it matter? If the man's out there saving lives and he's trying to help and he's boots on the ground, I would think that it wouldn't matter who sent him, or even if anyone sent him. Maybe he just hopped on a plane and decided he'd come. But at the end of the day, why are they giving these people a hassle? Why are they doing this? Because I have to agree with the one of them that said it seems like maybe they want these people to die. I'm not saying that they do, but that's certainly how it's looking. Okay? That's certainly how it's looking. And then you should ask yourselves, beloveds, if we can't depend on the government to give us the aid that we need to survive during these type of disasters, who are we supposed to rely on besides each other? Okay, besides each other. You see, the government is real good at painting narratives, and they're real good at keeping people divided amongst themselves. That's a tactic that the United States has always employed. Okay, divide and conquer. Because while we're down here bickering over race, bickering amongst ourselves, they're bringing in all of these immigrants and giving them benefits and tangibles. And they're slowly but surely taking away our freedoms and liberties. We already no longer have freedom of speech, in case you missed it. So with that all been said, as long as we're down here fighting amongst each other, we're not looking at the people we really should be looking at, who are the real enemy. And that is the 1%, the global elite who run everything. okay, who run everything. So please, let's stop being foolish and let's stop sitting here, worrying about the wrong things. Okay, at the end of the day, we should be worried about how we're going to be making it in the next 4 years. Who's going to be in the Oval Office? And what are they going to be doing for the American citizens? Are they going to put America first, or are they going to put illegal people who come here breaking federal laws first? Because that's what they've been doing in the entirety of the Biden administration. And let me just remind you that whatever Biden has been doing, you can expect for Kamala Harris to continue doing just that. That's what you can expect. You can expect her to keep doing the same old same. And let us not forget that the people who produced the Project 2025 endorsed Kamala, not Trump. Not Trump. And didn't I tell you all that? Didn't I tell you all a couple of weeks ago that we're sitting up here, people are worried about Project 2025, but at the end of the day, and they're talking about Trump and Project 2025, I said, how do you guys know the Democrats wouldn't do the same thing? Because see, what the Democrats do is they vilify the Republicans about stuff that they're doing or not doing, and then they turn around and do the same thing. I don't know if y'all missed it, if y'all been catching on, but they turn around and do the exact same thing and then act like it's the Republicans' fault that they did it. That's what they do. So please pay attention to that. Abolia Faletti said, age of Aquarius. Exactly. Because I've been telling you all for years that when the age of Aquarius comes, all of the things that have been hidden are going to come to light. And all of the lies that have been told are going to be revealed. And all of these people in positions of power who are doing corrupt things and unethical things, immoral things, they're all going to come to the forefront. It's going to be brought to the forefront. They're all going to be exposed. Like Cat Williams said, it's up for everybody in 2024. Okay, it's only two sides, God's side and the other side. And what side is FEMA on? What side is this government on? Because I have questions. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Tune in tomorrow because I'm going to be talking about some more stuff that the insider told me. I really tried not to get so much into it today because I was talking about other stuff pertaining to Diddy, but listen, we're going to get into it tomorrow, and I intend to go live early, maybe around 10 or 11. So please make sure you have your notifications on, all right, because you don't want to miss it because we're about to make it all make sense, okay? And even something else that I figured out myself that's all connected to this whole Diddy stuff, okay? So y'all have a good rest of your evening. I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that soul all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...